He stood in a place where nothing should live, a world of white so endless it erased the horizon, a wind so sharp it felt like it could cut through bone, a cold so absolute that even breath turned to ice before it finished leaving the body. This was not a forest. This was not a mountain. This was Antarctica, and he was an emperor, not a king of warmth, not a ruler of comfort, but an emperor penguin, the largest penguin on Earth, nearly 4 feet tall, weighing close to 90 pounds at his strongest, built not for speed, not for power, but for endurance. And he was not here to hunt. That is the first thing you need to understand. He was here to wait. Months earlier, before the wind became violent, before darkness swallowed the sky for weeks at a time, there had been movement in the colony. Tens of thousands of emperor penguins gathered on the sea ice. They had traveled miles from open water, not for food, not for safety, but for one fragile thing, an egg. 1 egg per pair, only 1 chance per year. And when the female laid it, something extraordinary happened. She passed it to him, carefully, delicately, balancing the egg between their feet. If it touched the ice for even a minute in minus 40 degrees Celsius temperatures, the chick inside would die. So he took it, and she left. She had to. She would walk nearly 50 miles back to the ocean to feed, because once she left, he would not eat again for almost 4 months. The long fast. Now picture him, standing in darkness, wind at 100 miles per hour, temperatures dropping below minus 50 degrees Celsius, an egg balanced on his feet, covered by a fold of skin called a brood pouch. He cannot move freely. He cannot hunt. He cannot protect himself except by staying in the group. The males huddle together, thousands of them, a living wall against the wind. They rotate positions constantly, those on the outside slowly pushing inward, those in the center eventually taking their turn in the cold. No one commands this. No one gives orders. It is instinct, but it looks like cooperation, and it saves their lives. The silence before the sound. Weeks pass, then months. He grows thinner. His body begins feeding on stored fat. His muscles weaken. His heart slows. But he does not abandon the egg. He cannot. If he drops it, it dies. If he leaves to search for food, it dies. If he gives in to instinct and survival over responsibility, it dies. So he stays. And one day, a sound, faint, fragile, a tapping from inside the shell. The chick is alive. He lowers his head slowly, listens. The tapping becomes cracking. A tiny beak breaks through, and in a world of ice and wind and emptiness, a life begins. The first crisis, but something is wrong. The mother has not returned yet, and the chick cannot survive without food. The father has a last defense, a small secretion from his throat, not enough to sustain the chick for long, but enough to keep it alive for a few days. He feeds it carefully, tiny portions, waiting, watching the horizon, and then movement in the distance, dark shapes against the white. The females are returning. He calls, A unique call, not random noise. Each penguin has its own vocal signature. In a colony of thousands, parents find each other by sound alone. She hears him, he hears her, and somehow, in that chaos, they find each other. The transfer. This moment is as dangerous as laying the egg. They must transfer the chick from his feet to hers. If it falls onto the ice, even for seconds, it dies. They move slowly, carefully, balancing, adjusting, and finally, she takes the chick. He looks thinner now, exhausted, empty. He has not eaten in 4 months. He turns toward the ocean and begins walking. The ocean. The journey is brutal. Miles of shifting sea ice, cracks that open without warning, winds that never stop. He reaches the water, and for the first time in months, he dives. Emperor penguins are not small birds. They are deep divers. They can reach depths over 500 meters. They can hold their breath for more than 20 minutes. They chase fish, squid, krill. They move underwater like arrows, graceful, precise. This is where they are powerful, not on land. In water, he eats, relentlessly, rebuilding himself, because soon he must return. The chick grows. Back at the colony, the mother feeds the chick. Regurgitated fish and krill. Warm, nourishing. The chick grows. Gray down replaces fragile skin. It begins to stand, to wobble, to call. But Antarctica is merciless. Some chicks freeze. Some are taken by skuas. Some starve if parents do not return in time. Only about half will survive the first year. Half. That is the cost of living here. The creche. When the chick grows large enough, it joins a creche. Penguin nursery. Hundreds of chicks group together. Parents leave to hunt, return, feed, leave again. The chick must learn independence. Must learn to endure cold without constant shelter. Must learn the rhythm of survival. The father returns, health restored. He recognizes his chick instantly, not by sight, by sound. He feeds it, guards it, stands beside it, but he does not carry it anymore. The chick must stand on its own feet now. The final molt. Months pass. The sun returns fully. The ice begins to shift. The chick sheds its gray down. Black and white feathers emerge. Waterproof. Insulated. The chick that once could not survive seconds on ice is ready for the sea. But the ocean is not mercy. It is challenge. Leopard seals wait beneath the ice. Orcas patrol open water. Storms rise without warning. And the chick, now nearly as tall as its parents, walks toward the water, hesitates, then dives. The first swim, Underwater, everything changes. The awkward bird becomes a missile. Wings become flippers. The body becomes streamlined. It learns quickly, or it dies. There is no extended childhood here, no second chances. And slowly, the chick becomes independent. Years will pass before it returns to breed. It will roam thousands of miles across Antarctic waters, facing predators, starvation, storms, shifting sea ice, and climate change, the silent threat altering the ice they depend on. Because emperor penguins do not breed on land. They breed on stable sea ice, and that ice is shrinking. If it melts too early, eggs drown, chicks freeze, colonies collapse.